Hello guys and welcome to Hackman Traders. In this video I'll be showing to you guys what are my favorite indicators. So I'm going to show you guys my favorite indicators. Most of the traders, maybe you as well, have your own indicators that you like to use and to analyze different stocks. So it all depends upon you of which indicators you are used to, so that you can use them in while trading in the stock market. So all of the traders out there have their own set of indicators. Mine are different, so I'm going to show to you guys in this video. In the previous video I've shown to you guys my trade setups. Now in this video I'm going to show you something else, so that is my indicators that I will show you how what indicators I use at different times. So some of these indicators are the risk to reward ratio. Maybe this is indicator or tool, I don't know, but I use this as well. Now I've for the first time I'm using it, and hopefully I'm use it well in my trading. So this time I'm going to hopefully use it well. The moving average, this is also a part of my trading setups. Now a simple moving average like the 9-day moving average, this is a 200-day moving average, based on the investments that I do, based on the time that I invest, and based on a right strategy and a right position. I use this indicator. Now this is I basically use this because this trend, to identify where this trend was in the light of the 200-day moving average. Now on the basis of this on the basis of this, I invested in this part at right here at 11.15 per share. So I've invested in this area, especially on 31st of May 2021. So let's see what happens next. Now the second thing is the Parabolic Sar. I also use this as well because it also gives me an indication of how the stock is doing, of where the stock is heading. It gives me that indication, so I'm used to it. So how well the stock is performing. So with the passage of time, it will give me hints of how it will doing, how the stock will perform. It didn't disappointed me, the Parabolic Sar. So I'm going to stick to it for now and maybe later, because this is a great useful tool to use. Now like I said, this is my first time using the risk to reward ratio. And the Achimoko Cloud, I've used it basically in many of my trading setups, and basically it gave me profits. It showed me instant results. So I'm using it for the better part of it. Basically the Achimoko Cloud is something that, if you do not know, I've explained this in my earlier videos, in my videos that I've previously uploaded. So in this video I'm going to explain that to you as well. Now when the blue line crosses below the red line and is trading below the red line, it means that this is a downtrend. And if the blue line is crossed over the red line and is trading above the red line, it means that this is an uptrend. Now you can see in this video, in this chart, that the candlesticks are below the cloud. So what it means, when they are below the cloud, it means that this is a downtrend, and it is trading in the downward direction. Because you can see the cloud is the major portion. The cloud shows that when these candlesticks are in between the cloud, what it shows, that it basically shows to you guys that this is the phase of indecision. So now the stock is below the phase of indecision. When it reaches into the phase of indecision and crosses above, that is when you will profit from it, if you have invested below the phase of indecision. So these are some of the indicators that I sometimes use while trading. There are other indicators as well that I sometimes use while trading in the stock market. Now let's see if there isn't any connection problem, internet connection problem. So I will show to you guys those. I basically use the candlestick chart because it gives me a hindsight of how the stock is doing. Now in this case, you can see, I will explain to you guys in this particular candlesticks. You can see that it is a type of it is not a hammer but a hanging man with a bull. Now in this candlesticks, the bulls won but the sellers were active. The buyers won but the sellers were active. You can see for the most of the part, it rise above, you can see, to this point. But the sellers, due to which they were active, they push the prices downward up till this point, and you can see the bulls won but the sellers were the bears were active. So this is the meaning of candlesticks. It gives me a great insight of how the stock is doing, how well is it performing. So I use the candlesticks charts for this reason, because it is the psychology of the candlesticks. I want to know the psychology of the candlesticks. Now sometimes I use the strategies that are my favorite strategies are the pullback strategies, the pullbacks, the reversals, some maybe sometimes some things like these. I like these type of strategies, and the confirmation strategies. That those strategies, the confirmation are those strategies that broke a certain resistance level or support level and confirms their position and continues its trend. So those are my favorite. Those are my favorite strategies as well. So that I use sometimes. Now I also compare these two as well, the volume and the chart itself, the candlesticks pattern as well. You can see the volume is a bit heavier, and this is also a bit over here. The buyers won but the sellers were active. So in this part I also consider that as well, because this is a major thing to consider in this portion. Now the other strategy that I sometimes use while I invest for long term, for a month, 2 or 3, I consider the volume. When the volume is short, is lesser in a certain stock, the trading volume is lesser, I invest in that stock, because the volume generally, the investors are spread out in other stocks, and when they are fond of those stocks, they withdrew their profits, they will initially jump into that stock that in which I've invested on the basis of lower volume. So this is my strategy. Sometimes I also use this strategy. In this case I've also used that strategy. So I will stick to these strategies for the most of the part, these strategies and indicators, because they are very useful. Now in the previous stock, the wave singer that I've showed to you, my trade setups and my strategy was right, but only my emotions, I got feared out and sold those stocks for lesser profits. So that was my mistake in that part, and I will not repeat that in this case as well. in, the, uh, Initially I will wait for it to give me some results, and after that I will decide on whether to sell out this stock or whether to hold on to this stock. So I'm going to see what will happen next, and will continue my trading on the basis of that assumption. Now in this case, as you can see, this is a major area of resistance level. When this particular stock crosses this, breaks this resistance line, performs a move like this, closes right here, confirms its position, and then moves onward, then I'm going to invest furtherly in this stock, because I know this stock, I've invested in this area. So you can see I've still hold on to this stock, and now I'm waiting for a right position to enter, and then after that it will move on. So because of that, I'm going to make much more profit, and besides that I'm going to recover this profit as this loss as well, and make more profit. So this is my strategy right here, so that I will apply this strategy right here as well. So I'm waiting for it. You can see for most of the part I'm using this strategy, these setups, and these are very profitable for me. I've profited much more from them, and I hope I do the same in the future. And that's it for today. Hope you guys are enjoying my videos and want to learn more about the stock market or the forex market. All I need you is to support my channel by hitting that subscribe button and comment down below, as your feedback is valuable for me. Goodbye.